Ken Phillips and Michael Shirley bring you Praise from the Heart. Praise from the Heart is a TV 32 production.
Praise from the Heart, and we're glad that you're with us on this Sunday morning. We're happy to have as our special guest today a guy that perhaps if you're a regular TV watcher of the Tuesday night NBC feature In the Heat of the Night, you've seen this young man playing the part of Officer Randy Goode. This is Randy Franks. Randy, it's nice to have you on the show today.
Thank you. I appreciate getting a chance to come be with you.
Randy is not only an actor but also a gospel singer, and it's just a real joy for us to have him today. We have a clip of some of his work on In the Heat of the Night, and before we get around to talking to Randy, we're going to watch a little bit of that clip and then come back and talk to Randy. In fact, some of you may have already met him. He was at Hamby Mountain over in Habersham County this past weekend. But here's a little bit of a clip of one of the recent shows on the Heat of the Night featuring Randy Franks.
Listen, takes a fool to commit murder. Get back on the horn there. Get Randy some backup.
Yes, sir. Right on it.
Randy, I heard you know this fellow, huh?
Yes, sir, I sure do. Smart fellow.
Yeah, Randy played checkers with him last time we jailed him.
Brother, he beat me.
Yeah, well, Randy, you take her around the back.
I went down, I was talking to Randy earlier, I went down and worked on the show one time. And when I got back home, everybody wanted to know, did you get to meet Bubba? You know, so yes, Bubba is real and a nice guy.
He is a very nice guy. And
Carol O'Connor's very nice.
Carol's very nice, and Bubba's a Christian.
Yeah, yeah.
Alan Autry is a Christian, so I'm very, very proud of Alan. He's a very good man.
Randy, where's your home?
Atlanta, Georgia. Chamblee, just north of Atlanta, is where I've been raised and where I spend most of my time.
Okay. I understand you've been associated with gospel music for quite a number of years.
Yeah, quite a long time. I've worked with many of the artists like Jeff and Sheri Easter. I've even crawled up on the stage with Randy Perry and the Singing Perrys at a time or two. The Morris Brothers, the Marksmen, played with Bill Monroe and the Bluegrass Boys, Jim and Jesse, the Lewis family. The list goes on and on with people I've gotten a chance to play with, thankfully. God has blessed me.
Right, right. Well, it's great to see that God has his people in the entertainment business as well.
That's true. A lot of the things that we don't realize as Christians is how much a chance we've got to make a change in television. We oftentimes sit back and say, well, I just don't like what's on television, but we have control of that. We can change it. We can say, I'd like to see something different, and they're going to listen.
Okay, we're going to feature a song by Randy in just a moment, but first, Randy, you have out a new cassette. It's called Handshakes and Smiles.
That's right. We have a new single which is out to the radio stations, which is called You Better Get Ready. It's brand new. Now, what we're going to see is the first single release off the album, which was written by John Farley and myself. And this is a real bluesy type number. It says that he's never going to fool me again. It's talking about the devil.
I felt the devil's hot breath on my neck as he whispered in my ear. He said there's no use in praying to God, he is too busy, he won't hear. He said, don't you know, you're all alone, nobody cares about your need. Well, soon he had me so confused, I didn't know what I believe. But he's never gonna fool me again. No, he's never gonna fool me again. I'm not gonna listen when he tells me there's nothing wrong with a little sin. I've been to the Father and I know his love. My soul is saved and cleansed. The devil can talk all he wants to, but he's never gonna fool me again. The devil kept coming back time after time, chipping away at my faith. He said, you got to learn to live for yourself. What you want, you got to take. He said, you got to learn to cheat and lie. Everybody else does, you know. Well, the Lord reached down and he pulled me up, and that old devil lost his hold. But he's never gonna fool me again. No, he's never gonna fool me again. I'm not gonna listen when he tells me there's nothing wrong with a little sin. I've been to the Father and I know his love. My soul is saved and cleansed. The devil can talk all he wants to, but he's never gonna fool me again. No, he's never gonna fool me again. No, he's never gonna fool me again. I'm not gonna listen when he tells me there's nothing wrong with a little sin. I've been to the Father and I know his love. My soul is saved and cleansed. The devil can talk all he wants to, but he's never gonna fool me again. The devil can talk all he wants to, but he's never gonna fool me again.
All right, that was our guest, Randy Franks. And Randy, one more thing about the show that you're on, In the Heat of the Night. We were discussing at the commercial break a few moments ago about the need for folks to write that show and let them know that they enjoy seeing you on there.
Oh, yes.
Right.
The mail is very important in television, and people have forgotten. Years ago, you used to hear, keep them cards and letters coming in. Well, that still's true today. And if you take the time to write, especially all the Christians, we'd love to hear from you. And
that's one way people can make a difference.
That's right. That's one way you can make a difference. If you support Christians in television, then you know that you're doing something.
James Dobson's been trying to preach that for years. Tell people that, you know, it does make a difference if you'll write. Take the time to write.
You have to be on the cutting edge too. People sometimes are really afraid to stick their neck out and say, you know, let's do this, but they should. And the address is on the screen, so be sure to write.
Okay.
You do concerts?
Yes, I do. I've done, this year we've worked about 20 different cities. Okay. It's been a good year.
We'll have you back on the show sometime and hopefully get a video from you and be able to do some more things.
All right.
And again, our special guest today on the program has been Randy Franks, Randy Franks. And it's been a joy to have you today. You come back and visit us anytime.
I hope I get to come real soon.
And again, this is his new cassette, his new album, Handshakes and Smiles. You look for it in your Christian bookstore. And don't forget about writing the network, the NBC, about the program.